How's it going, lads, and welcome back to the FM Scout YouTube channel with me, Keepers, and today we are taking a look at if PSG were in the English Premier League and how they would end up after 1 or 2 seasons. I'm not sure how many seasons we're going to do yet, but we'll have a look into that. But before we go into anything else, if you are a fan of Football Manager content that isn't just kind of scenarios or experiments, then go over onto my channel where I've got 2 full-blown series on the go. One with Lupa Roma FC, a team from the very downfalls of Italian football, and I also have one with Celtic FC, who are the team I support. So if you're interested in those type of series, then head on over to my channel. The link will be in the description. Now, as I've already said, PSG in the English Premier League. As we know, PSG have been the powerhouses of French football for the past couple of years due to their financial superiority, and that their financial superiority would probably fit perfectly into the English Premier League with their already multi-billion trillion owners and also the massive TV money deals that England offer. So let's go into the English Premier Division. Let's see. So holders are obviously Leicester. PSG are sitting in 12th at the minute. Season preview, PSG are predicted to finish 5th, which isn't so bad. Maybe they'll excel past that or even drop down a little bit, who knows. But Unai Emery is their manager. You know, he tends to use counter-attacks, relies on set pieces. His preferred formation is the 4-1-2-3 DM wide, which is kind of like a 4-3-3. But who knows how PSG will end up. We'll have a look at their team just now. Their captain is Thiago Silva, vice-captain Thiago Motta, key player Thiago Silva, hot prospect Yassine Adli. But having a look at their squad in general, their highest rated player is Marco Verratti, or highest valued, sorry. And then Angel Di Maria. Also updated database, Julian Draxler is now in the PSG squad. Lucas on the right wing, Javier Pastore, Edison Cavani, a very clinical striker for PSG. Marquinhos, fantastic young centre-back. Blaise Matuidi, a rock in the middle of the field. As well as Adrien Rabiot is also kind of like a younger version of Blaise Matuidi if you just kind of give him time to develop. Very solid, passing-wise and also defensive-wise. Again, updated database, Goncalo Guedes, signed from Benfica to PSG. Serge Aurier in right back, Grzegorz Krychowiak, and I mean, they have a lot of defensive midfielders. Leaving Kozawa in left back, Hatem Ben Arfa, again formerly of Newcastle United, Kevin Trapp in goals. Thomas Meunier again, don't see him playing all that much this year. Alphonse Areola, their goalkeeper, again the man in the heart of defence, Thiago Silva. Presnel Kimpembe, again another wonder kid centre back. Giovanni Lo Celso, I didn't actually realise PSG signed him. He's actually an attacking midfielder. Thiago Motta, kind of a journeyman now. Is he even a journeyman? How many clubs has he been at? And he's been at, well, a few now. Barca, Atletico, Genoa, Inter, PSG. Very well experienced. Christopher Nkunku, I don't see him playing that much this year. And Maxwell, formerly of Barcelona, I'm sure, 57 games, and also formerly of Inter Milan. But not really much else to go over. As we said, the 4-3-3 is the tactic they are going to play. I am going to predict PSG to actually, I'm going to say they're going to finish 3rd. But that's all I can say for now. So let's simulate into 1 season into the future. So here we are, a season into the future. And first thing off, we can see Marco Verratti was named Player of the Month for May. So hopefully that means that PSG have done well. Now, I did say they were going to finish 3rd. Will they finish 3rd? English Premier Division, they finished 5th. Exactly where they predicted. They were predicted to finish 5th. And that's where they finished. Arsenal won the league. Tottenham came 2nd. Chelsea 3rd. City 4th. Liverpool 6th. Man United 7th. Any surprises? Not really. Sunderland relegated. Everton down in 17th, which is surprising. Anyone else? Stoke up in 9th. Bournemouth up in 8th. Not bad. But PSG in particular, 20 games won, 9 drawn and 9 lost. You can see they lost against Chelsea twice. They lost against Spurs, Man City. Against the teams are pretty much expected to be, with a few trips in between, you know, Crystal Palace, Leicester, West Ham, Stoke. In terms of the player stats, Edison Cavani, 3rd top goal scorer with 19 goals. Angel Di Maria, back in the Premier League, may I add, 2nd in terms of assists with 16 assists. And no one else really about. But we'll have a look at the players and see who was the best performing player, and it was Angel Di Maria. 20 assists, 14 goals. What a season he's had. Thiago Silva with a 7.4. Then Verratti, Marquinhos. He signed Iron Robin, which reminds me, let's look at their transfers. So they signed Iron Robin for 4.4 million. It's pretty much 6.25, and also Rui Patricio for their goalkeeper. So I don't know if Areola played. Well, I think it was kind of like a turn system, I think. In terms of a lot of players loaned out, don't really care about that. But Ian Robin played 10 games, 4 goals, 2 assists, not bad. Edison Cavani, 28 goals and 4 assists. They seem pretty one-dimensional in terms of where the goals come from. You know, a lot of them just coming from the striker. And in terms of assists, pretty much all of them came from Di Maria, apart from a couple spread out across the place. But really, it should be, I'd like it more spread out. In terms of tactics, this is what they pretty much use. So it was a difference between, they fucking used 3 goalkeepers. Trapp 24 appearances, Areola 15 appearances, Patricio 17 appearances. So let's go with the, okay, Trapp in there. Right back would be Aurea. Left back, I don't even think they played Kimpembe a lot this year, but in terms of their left back, where is Maxwell? Only played 12 games. Kazawa played 24, so Kazawa would be in there. Mota, he played 38 games, great. Verratti, Rabiot, I suppose Rabiot didn't play too many games, but it does seem like a good season. Matuidi played 36 games, so probably sat in there. Moura in there, Di Maria on the left, and Cavani up top. Let's see how they got on in the Premier League then. Let's get all this down. Did he win the FA Cup or anything? What? This is weird. How many draws did he need? So, start off, first 4 games, 1 loss, 3 draws. Then they won, then they drew. A lot of wins, a lot of draws, and then came to just into January. It's that second half of the season syndrome where things start going to shit. They lost 4 games and drew 1 in 5. And that's against Chelsea, Arsenal, Everton, who finished 17th, West Ham and Tottenham. Then near the end of the season, they picked it up quite well with 2 losses in between. So that was the Premier League. In terms of the FA Cup, they got to the 5th round and lost against Leicester after beating Brighton and Bolton, both in replays, which is really surprising. And look at their team in the Brighton game. I mean, they pretty much played a full-strength team. Even in the second leg against Bolton, again, pretty much full-strength team. So that was the FA Cup. EFL Cup, jeez, they only got to the 3rd round and lost on penalties to Newcastle. Champions League, they fucking crashed and burned in Group G. Where is Group G? Let's go where the group stage is. Group G, they came 3rd. They dropped in into Europa League in a group of Roma, Dortmund and Olympiacos. They only won 1 of the games, and that was at home to Olympiacos, so that's not great. Europa League, they got to the quarter-finals after beating PAOK and Ajax in the first knockout round and second knockout round, and then lost both legs against Athletic Bilbao, who I don't actually know. Did they go on to win it? I don't know. No, it was Man United went on to win it. Well, I suppose they did win it this season. Athletic Bilbao lost 5-0 to Manchester United, so I wouldn't say that's a great season for PSG, considering how much money they have and how much... What the hell? Who's this regen? From where? Uganda. Never seen a good regen from Uganda at all. He's a centre back. I was going to say, is he a sweeper? No, he's a centre back. Never mind. So that was that. So he finished 5th and pretty much crashed and burned in every single other competition. He did horrible in the EFL Cup. We'll have a look at that again. Horrible in the EFL. Horrible in the FA Cup. And even in the Premier League, their start was a bit shaky. And then it hit January and they did really bad. Europa League again, quarter-final. But then again, PAOK and Ajax shouldn't really be beating PSG. And the Champions League was just horrible as well. So I would say that was a fail of a season in terms of how Unai Emery has done. He's kept his job though. I don't know how secure his job is, but he's kept the job. But this is where we're going to end. We're only going to do 1 season. We just wanted to keep it short, see how they do in 1 season in the Premier League. They spent a little bit of money, maybe wasted it a little bit on Rui Patricio, considering he hardly played him. And also on Ian Robin, who hardly played as well. So maybe we need to spend their money a little bit better. Maybe their tactics weren't great, but I think their main problem is they were pretty one-dimensional. Assists coming from the left-hand side, goals coming from the striker. Obviously, Di Maria got 14 goals, but other than that, I suppose goals are coming from a variety of different places, but if you're challenging for top 5, you need to have it a bit more spread out and in a larger volume. But in terms of their goals scored, they scored, let me see. They scored 61 goals, which in terms of how that's overall, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 5th. In terms of goals conceded, they actually finished 2nd, so they did well on the defensive front. They need to do better on the attacking front, because Arsenal, who finished top, scored 87. So that's 26 more than PSG did, and they only conceded 1 more goal. So if you're going to want to win the league, PSG, you need to be a bit more like Arsenal in Football Manager not real life, obviously. Well, that's going to be the end of this video. If you have enjoyed, then please leave a like. Comment on any other suggestions which you have, which other teams should join the Premier League, or which Premier League team should join another league, or any team from any league, where should they go? Also, if you are interested in Football Manager playthroughs, and I have 2 over on my channel that I've already spoke about with Lupa Roma and Celtic, link will be in the description. And without further ado, let's go on to talk about the FM Scout website. So here we are on the FM Scout website. Again, it offers a whole host of tools that you guys can use to better yourself at Football Manager. In terms of scouting, you've got the FM17 Wonder Kids, best coaches, free players, bargain buys. If you're struggling to find players to sign, you can get a club finder and who to manage. And if you're really struggling to get a new save and get into one, you can download tactics, you can share tactics, you can ask for tactical advice if you really are struggling. In terms of add-ons, there's so many. You've got the real name fixes for things like the Champions League and Europa League, and team names. You get the face packs as well, which is a nice addition if you can, obviously, your computer can handle it. You've got skins to make your Football Manager look that little bit neater. The updated kits and also random databases. In terms of tools, you've got the FM Scout Editor 17, you've got Genie Scout, you've got Mac Assistant, and you've got the pre-game editor. In terms of guides, you've got the in-depth guide, a little bit of quick tips, team guides, tutorials, hints and tricks, and the manual to Football Manager. In terms of help, you've got all your troubleshooting articles here, and as well as the blog, the latest news, experiments, the weekly digest, and memes apparently. Members as well. If you're a member of FM Scout, you'll appear under here. And football, you've got the football views, the fantasy league, live streaming, and video highlights. Again, Football Manager, FM Scout in general, the interface is very nice. You won't get lost around here. You can find loads of videos that are on the FM Scout channel as well, but I would highly recommend that you come over here to the website and just run riot. But this is going to be the end of this episode. If you have enjoyed, then please leave a like, subscribe to FM Scout as well, and I'll see you all in the next video. But until then, finders keepers, losers weepers.